Good morning, Year 6, and welcome back to your next session. Today, we are going to be looking at writing the next part of our story after you wrote the opening paragraph to your story on Friday, which all feedback has now been sent to you. Now, remember, these are the steps to success. These are the things I'm looking for throughout the whole of your story. Now, if we have a little look at what we used the other day, you will notice that we definitely used those verbs and adverbs for effect, as well as the modal verbs and infinitive adverbials. Today, okay, we're going to be looking more at description and speech, and they're the main features what I want you to include for today's work. Now, let's just recap my opening to my story. Now, remember, this was a part of my opening. It wasn't the whole thing, okay? It was about 3 times as long as this in the end. But this was my first opening, okay? The day dawns, a bird tweeting, the sun's rays piercing through the window like hot daggers, and the rumble of traffic in the far distance. In a sleepy village on the edge of London, all the signs pointed to a wonderfully bright day. Unfortunately, nature seemed to have overlooked James, who was still asleep in his slumber. Beep, 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 beep. The alarm clock obliterated his peaceful sleep, and sleepily James slammed his little hand in the vague direction of the annoying sound. He must now wake up and face the reality. It was time to go to his new school. Now, as mentioned, you can see lots of different powerful verbs, adverbial phrases, front adverbials, all in this text. And your pieces of writing were very, very good. Now, as we go on to the next one today, we're going to be looking at the build-up. Now, remember, this is only the next part of your story. You're not writing the whole story, just the next part, okay? So the next one is the initial problem, okay? That build-up, and we're going to start to be introducing the bully. Now, your plans would have had lots of different ideas in here, as well as different words and phrases. Of course, if you want to change them and adapt them as you go on, you are more than welcome to do so. Now, I've created my build-up. Again, it's only part of it, okay, just to keep our time down low. So keep your eye out for powerful description and for direct speech and all the rules, because this is what I'm looking for in today's work. So, to recap, you are going to be writing the next part of your story. It will be about a page of A4 paper, okay? And you're just going to be introducing the bully. And I'm going to be looking for you to use powerful description, okay, that's those adjectives and those adverbs, and to use some direct speech, so 2 characters talking to each other. Let's look at the first little bit of mine and see if you can find the powerful description and the direct speech. As the bell rang for morning break, James trudged out of the classroom. Everything looked the same. It was like the school had been made to be as boring as possible. The pale display paper blended into the pale walls, which were no different to the pale floors. James, wearing his favourite turtleneck and expensive clothes, stood out a mile. He did not fit in. Even his teacher-appointed buddy, Freddie, looked pale. "What do you want to do?" Freddie muttered. He sounded about as enthusiastic as a mouse being chased by a cat. "I dunno," replied James shyly. "What do you suggest?" James had lied. He knew exactly what he wanted to do. Run away and return to the comfort of his bed. "I'll show you around the playground," said Freddie. The resignation in his voice was palpable. The mouse had lost the chase. There was no escaping his fate. He was going to have to stick to this unknown kid. As they toured the concrete jungle, Freddie began to warm up to James. He was actually enjoying the chance to share his knowledge. Okay, so the first part of my build-up, it's not all there. I've got another little bit for you in a second. But notice some of the vocabulary that's being used in here, okay? Lots of description and really giving a vivid image to the reader. I've got my speech there. Remember, new speaker, new line. Remember your inverted commas up here, okay? For every time that they speak, okay, when they open and close their speech. I've got how they're speaking. He's replied shyly, okay? So remember all the rules of speech when it comes to writing your own. So far, a good build-up. I've not finished just yet. So let's look at the next little part of my build-up. Well, that's a football pitch, mostly for year 5 and 6, he pointed out. The sandpit for little ones. His voice trailed off into the distance as James noticed somebody. Covered from head to toe in grotesque white pimples and crusty mud-soaked trousers, he noticed a boy. He could smell this boy before he could see him. However, He didn't look like a child because his enormous muscles escaped from his tiny clothes, which were soaked in sweat. "Is that a teacher?" whispered James. Freddie's face, unbelievably, went paler as silence engulfed the pair. No, stammered Freddie. "Who is it then?" "That's..." Freddie cleared his throat. "Danny." James wasn't sure if Freddie had cleared his throat because of fear or the smell. Avoid him at all costs. Freddie told James all about a time when Danny had... And then I would use that time now, in this next part, to be able to talk about a story of something Danny has done, something maybe bad that has made him a bully, okay, to prove that he's not a good character in this story. And I would build up more about why he's a bad character. So you can see in here that this is not going to be a quick, small paragraph, okay? You're going to have to use lots and lots of description. I'm looking for at least an A4 page of you introducing your bully, okay, as it says in the plan. Use your plan to help you to introduce him. What are they doing, whether it's he or she, and why do they have such a fearsome reputation? Give me a time in the past of something that they have done, okay? So you can see I'm building my story up. It will take about a page, and I am looking for that powerful description and direct speech, okay, which you can see all the way through mine here. Again, mine is not quite finished. I will keep going a bit further, okay, but so you've got time to write, I'm going to stop it there, okay. So, go and write the opening for your own story. Use your plan that you've already done, okay, to help you with this. And remember all the feedback that I've put on your work to use that to help you. Now remember, you are only writing the build-up, not the whole story, just the build-up now. And remember, this should be at least a page of A4 with lots of powerful description and direct speech between two characters. Remember, new speaker, new line. If you finish that one, okay, and you've sent your work to me, there are some spelling activities on Study Ladder for you to have a go at if you want to do so. I am really looking forward to reading the next part of your story, okay. Year 6, have a wonderful session, and I will speak to you this morning in our daily Skype sessions.